A thrilling Friends Life T20 encounter at the Roges ground in Hove was won by Middlesex by 5 wickets with just 1 ball to spare, as the Panthers won for the first time and Sussex lost for the first time in this competition this summer. Michael Yardy won the toss and elected to bat first, and once again he looked to Chris Nash and Luke Wright to get the Sharks off to a good start, as they'd done so in their last match on Wednesday when the pair put on a speedy 100 stand. Middlesex had come into this match possibly low on confidence after losing their first 3 games, including one to Essex on the previous night, the same side that had been beaten by Sussex with ease on Wednesday. This time the openers put on 31 in the opening 4 overs, by which time they'd lost Nash for 10 after he drove Stephen Finn to Tom Smith at mid-on. It wasn't the explosive beginning on a slow pitch that Sussex have been used to of late, as they also saw Murray Goodwin walk after skying a catch to Chris Roges off Ryan McLaren after making only 6. The loss of those wickets in the power play overs, though, didn't affect the scoring rate. Lou Vincent drove Tim Murtagh for a straight 6. But he couldn't go on, and with a total on 71 in the 10th over, he was simply stumped off the bowling of Smith for 14. The key man now was the in-form Wright, score of an undefeated 80-odd in the last match. He looked in great touch again as he deposited Smith for a 6, before hitting Paul Stirling over the top for another 4, his 6th. His second successive 50 in the space of 3 days came off his 31st delivery. He may not give the ball the fearful whack that he once did, but he's a more mature batsman these days. Not that he doesn't connect brilliantly from time to time, as he did here when striking Smith for a massive maximum as the score moved on to 118 in the 16th over. The end of the Sussex innings was a frantic one, with Neil Dexter to the fore. He bowled Yardy for 17 for the first of his 4 wickets. He didn't have a hand in the dismissal of Joe Gatting, who was sacrificed trying to keep Wright on strike. Not that Wright was particularly interested in the second run. Wright himself fell to the first ball of the 18th over. So high did he hit Dexter that the batsman had almost completed 2 runs by the time that McLaren held the catch at long on. Sussex hadn't finished especially strongly in their last game, failing to make the most of their excellent start, but this time Rana Navad Al-Hassan played a brilliant cameo. He laid into Murtagh in his final over with a superb strike which travelled right over the sight screen. And that was something nearly matched by Andrew Hod in the final over of the innings, bowled by Dexter. The Middlesex skipper exacted immediate revenge though, as Hod turned him to Stirling at short fine leg, and Dexter also removed Wayne Parnell with the penultimate ball of the innings, as he was well held on the rope by Smith to end the Sussex effort on 163 for 8, Dexter finishing with 4 for 21, his tournament best. That total was enough to see off Essex in midweek, so the home side would have been confident that they had the attack to defend such a score. Stirling had other ideas though. He's adapted his way to play at the top of the order, swinging from the hip from the first ball, and on this occasion it was working out for him with some punchy and very well-timed shots off the Sussex left-arm bowlers. Middlesex lost their first wicket at the same time as Sussex did, off just 1 ball fewer. Stirling had helped himself to 25 off 14 deliveries when he top-edged a shot off Chris Liddle and was well held by Navad. Where Middlesex moved slightly ahead was in their second wicket partnership between Roges and Steve Crook, as they added 70 in 8 overs to give their side a great chance of ending their 3-match losing streak. Roges' role was to keep the innings together with some gloriously timed strokes, while Crook, elevated up the order to number 3, played as his role required, which was to put some meat behind his shots. Sussex are well known for squeezing in the middle overs, and that was something Crook was prepared for, as he looked to take on Yardy in particular, as the Sussex skipper went for 10 runs per over from his 4. That's something of a rarity. Monty Panesar has opened the bowling recently for the Sharks, but this time Yardy held him back to good effect. He crucially broke this stand when he had Crook call of a ball which just stuck in the pitch. Crook went for 29 and was followed 2 balls later by Roges for 46, as he was caught somewhere between the legs by Hod. Those wickets now put Sussex slightly ahead of the game, with the Panthers requiring 63 to win off 8 overs with 2 new batsmen in. Dexter got going with an edge for 4 off Yardie, and Scott Newman top-edged a hook shot off Parnell to the fence to keep Middlesex up with the rate. Dexter was by now putting in a man-of-the-match performance as he was adding runs to his 4 wickets, here smashing Liddle for a 6 to take his side to within 22 runs of winning with 3.5 overs remaining. That seemed easy enough, but Liddle then had Dexter taken behind after he'd scored 18 to give Sussex just a sniff of a chance once more. Newman looked in a determined mood though. He used the longest of handles to dispatch Parnell for a 6 as Middlesex went into the final over, needing 8 runs to win. Some magnificent bowling and fielding from Naved led to the run out off the first ball of that last over. John Simpson was the man out, but importantly, Newman remained. A wide followed, and then he and McLaren took their side to within 3 runs of their target as Naved released the penultimate delivery. Newman, who'd been dropped 3 times, dragged the ball through mid-wicket and started to celebrate before it even started to run properly. He was able to do that as he found the all-important gap to see him back for the 3 to take Middlesex to their first victory with just 1 ball left. Newman the hero for them with 39 of 27 balls. Sussex then lost for the first time this summer, but have their chance to avenge this defeat next Thursday at Lord's. Their next game, and indeed for both counties, is ahead of that on Tuesday.